What's going on, guys? Tony Maritato here. Welcome back to Learn Medicare Billing. I'm trying a new format. I'm actually standing. I think I'm going to like this a lot better. But you guys have to let me know how's the energy, how's the presentation. So in today's video, I want to talk about what I believe to be massively underutilized opportunities for therapists who are maybe moving out of patient care. Maybe they're reaching toward the end of their professional career, but they still want to leverage the knowledge, the experience, the resources that they've created over a successful professional career in the clinic. They want to bring that out and monetize that in different ways. So we're going to talk about blogging and specifically writing blogs. Now, you might not be interested in creating a blog. That's totally fine. I'm not going to tell you to do that. I'm going to tell you to consider producing content, producing blog posts that you can then sell to practices, business owners that own a website that have an active blog. And I'm going to tell you some real numbers behind what my blog is producing on a revenue basis, even at its tiny scale, and what I believe the potential for that can be. In another video, we'll talk about YouTube, because I think YouTube is another massive opportunity for clinicians that are pretty much done with patient care. Maybe you're looking at retirement, maybe you're looking at getting into new things, but you still have this insanely valuable bank of knowledge and experience that will otherwise go to waste. It'll be a hidden treasure if you don't capture the value in what you have above your shoulders and between your ears. But today, let's talk about writing articles. Let's talk about selling those articles to existing clinics, practice owners, using your knowledge to answer questions that people are searching on YouTube or on Google. So I'm looking at the screen behind the camera, and basically what I'm seeing is for the month of February. Now, February was a really bad month for my website. My website went completely offline on 2 specific days during February because I was messing around with stuff, and I did what I do best. I break things and then I try and fix them myself. But even with that being said, my website had about 15,000 page views, which normally is between 30 and 40,000 page views. But with 15,000 page views, my RPM was $22.46. That's basically how much money I'm making per 1,000 views. Total revenue, $347. But if I look at individual pages, individual blog posts on my website, I've got the top producing generated $29.51, and it was related to, should I use ice on my knee after a total knee replacement? The second one generated $27.24. It was related to calf pain after a knee replacement. $26, $23, $21, $19, $17. So you can see from the highest revenue generator down. What I'm going to do while I'm talking, I probably should have prepared this beforehand. I'm going to take a look at the month of January 2022, because that was like a normal month for me. February was messed up, and now March I'm recovering from my mistake. So the report's running. But the idea here is typical payment rates for non-professional writers. If I had a hobby-based blog, a blog about fishing or backpacking or something like that, and I was going to go hire a writer to write a blog post for me, the payment ranges anywhere between 3 to 5 cents per word. So the high-level, good quality writer is going to cost about $50 for a 1,000-word article. I'm going to say that professional writers such as yourself with real practical experience, if you understand and learn how to write effective blog posts, because remember, this is not professional writing. This is not writing for a journal or a research article. This is writing for the community that's going to read the answer to the question, should I use ice on my knee after a knee replacement? It's a lay person perspective that really needs to be conveyed in very plain language, but conveyed by a professional with real experience. So looking back at my stats back in January at a much lower RPM, my January RPM was $12. Made about $100 less overall on the website, even though I had more traffic, more page views. But my top producing article, it was the same one. Should I put ice on my new knee? $23. Then my next one was about swelling in a foot after knee replacement, $20, then 17, 16, 15, 13, 11. So on average, if I kind of took a sampling across the site, at my website size right now, I've got about 72 articles posted on the website live. I've got about 30,000 average page views, about 15,000, 12 to 15,000 visitors. So a visitor is looking at more than one page per visit. But, you know, my top 10 blog posts, my top 10 articles are probably producing between $20, maybe $25 at the higher end and $15 at the lower end. So let's average that out to $20. So if I was going to hire a therapist to write an article on a very specific keyword, for example, there was a question that came up in my total knee replacement support group. It was asking about cupping as an effective strategy to reduce scar tissue. Now, of course, clinically we understand there's lots that go into that question. Are we talking about scar tissue related to the incision and the superficial layer of the skin? Are they more asking about scar tissue related to the deep joint capsule? You know, are we talking about arthrofibrosis, or what exactly are we talking about? There's multiple layers there, but this is where I try to explain that writing for the layperson, writing for the general consumer, you have to figure out search intent. You have to understand, what is this person actually asking about, and and how are they asking about it, and then how can I produce an answer that Google is going to put in front of the person who's searching for that information. So from a monetary perspective, if I, the blog owner, want to hire you at $100 for a 1,000-word article, what's my turnaround? What's my return on that? You know, well, if that article is going to get to $20 a month at 12 months, I've already turned a profit. I've paid for the cost of the article. I'm going to take a gamble because I have no idea how the Google algorithm is going to place that article that I'm purchasing from you. But, you know, there's certainly articles with higher monetary value. There's articles with less. There's informational articles. There's product articles. And that takes me into the second part of this related to writing. It's not just writing answers to common questions. You could also write product reviews. So if there are things that you used to use in the clinic when you were in day-to-day patient care, you write a product review, you do a comparison guide. Maybe you're looking at, like, talking about ice packs. Maybe you can do a comparison between a homemade ice pack using rubbing alcohol and water compared to a Chattanooga cool pack, compared to one of the cryotherapy pumps with recirculating water, all the way up to a multi-$1,000 game ready device. Maybe you can write an article that compares those 4 or 5 items. Obviously, that's going to still have great search intent from somebody who's looking for solutions to that problem. But that's also going to open the door for affiliate income, whether it's an Amazon affiliate link or another third-party affiliate link related to selling that product. We could take that in a lot of different directions. We could sell direct ads for a blog post like that. So I could reach out to Game Ready directly if that if that article is generating tens of thousands of page views a year. I could go to Game Ready and say, hey, I've got this dedicated article. I control organic search traffic, ranking number 1, number 2, number 3 on Google for this keyword. How much are you willing to be this featured, advertiser on this page? Maybe I don't let anybody else have access to that. It's just you. What's the value in something like that? And of course, you get into looking at cost per click. You can use Google Keyword Planner to see what certain keywords are pricing right now on a cost per click basis, so that maybe instead of doing CPM or RPM, you do CPC. There's lots of different layers to this. My goal today is just to say, hey, you have a boatload of knowledge, you have a ton of experience, you can capture the value in that and make it available to other newer, less experienced clinicians that own a website, that are trying to build traffic to that website, build credibility, and you can do it from the convenience of your own home. You can write these articles whenever you have the time, whenever you have the inclination, and you can put together a $50 article, a $100 article. I bet you could even go as high as a $500 or $600 article if you have the right keyword, if you have the right understanding of search intent, and you have the value within how are we going to monetize this article. So if you guys want to talk about this more, I'm happy to have the conversation. I know that I'm always on the search for great writers. I can't find people who write the kind of content that I want to deliver to my audience. They're certainly not on Upwork. They're certainly not in any of the off-the-shelf writer services. And AI, artificial intelligence, can't do it either because there's so little reference out there online. You know, I don't want Jarvis, or I think it's called Jasper now, writing an article from stuff that it's gone out and research that's currently published, because I don't like that stuff. That information doesn't resonate with my audience. So I'm stuck in the place where I have to create every piece of content. I would much rather leverage your time and skills to pay you to do, bring your experience into this. So guys, if you want more information, let me know. Tell me in the comments. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you want to see the next video that YouTube is going to recommend, click on that thumbnail right there. Otherwise, I'll catch you guys on my next video.